Welcome back. This is Addict MMA. I'm Derrick Evil, and if you've been watching lately, you'll know that in the last few videos I've said some pretty inflammatory remarks about one Ed Soares, team manager for BlackHouse MMA. We've been in communication over the last few days, and I've come to find out that my inflammatory remarks had no merit. And at this point, you know, I'm pretty fortunate because Ed Soares could have ignored me completely, could have ignored this idiot on the internet talking inflammatory trash about him, spewing nonsense. Or he could have rebutted with some negativity. He did neither. He came at me with kindness, completely squashed my negativity, and for instance, I think I felt a little foolish. But without any further ado, here's the end result: the Addict MMA's Q&A with Ed Soares. All right, this is Addict MMA. I'm here with this is Derrick Evil. I'm here with Ed Soares. Going to do a quick Q&A for all the fight fans out there who maybe felt the same way I did and were ignorant and talking trash about Ed Soares or just don't know what he's all about. We're going to go ahead and get a few questions. Ed, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
Fantastic. All right, now, real quick, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know you're busy. You sound kind of tired. In the upcoming season of The Ultimate Fighter, your guy, Junior Dos Santos, is taking on a coaching opposite Brock Lesnar. What type of coaching style do you think we could see from Junior Dos Santos? Is he gonna be a hands-on, really caring coach like a GSP, or is he gonna not give too much of a crap like maybe a Rampage?
No, you're gonna see more of like the coaching style of like a GSP or of like a Antonio, a Big Nog. You're gonna see like that type of coaching style. He's a real down-to-earth guy that cares about his guys, and I think that this season you'll see, you know, what a great guy. Not only is he a great fighter, but you know, that's one thing that I'm proud to say about all of the guys that we manage. They're not only great fighters, they're really great people.
Well, that's awesome because you know what? That season of The Ultimate Fighter when Rampage wasn't too caring about his fighters, that wasn't very cool. We didn't like that. I mean, that actually, I think, did bad for his image. And anytime a coach can get on that show, because really, it's not even important to me as a fan who watches the sport. It's not important to see if the guy is a great coach as far as what he's going to teach the guy. Because, man, you know, he's a student himself. But it's just a matter of how much does he care about these new up-and-coming fighters, this new talent that's coming in. That's what I'm out there. That's what I'm watching when I'm watching these coaches. Now, we haven't seen much of Junior on the ground because he's a knockout artist. What steps is Junior taking to combat that juggernaut style of takedown and that smothering wrestling ability of Brock Lesnar?
Well, you know, number one, Junior is very, very good on the ground. You know, his wrestling is getting better day by day. You know, he's not a wrestler, so I'm not going to say he's going to be able to out-wrestle Brock. But one thing about Junior, he's very strong and he's very athletic. So I think that, and he's young and he's quick. You know, Brock Lesnar is very quick, very big, very strong. But you know, I think Junior is very good, and his ground game is very good. He might be getting his black belt, or I think he's almost getting his black belt, or getting his black belt soon. You know, he's a brown belt in jiu-jitsu under Rodrigo Nogueira, so he's no rookie on the ground. He knows what he's doing down there. So I believe Junior, he's going to go out there and do what he always does. He's going to go out there and look for the knockout because that's what he likes doing. But I can guarantee you that, you know, if he takes Junior to the ground, you know, Junior's very good on the ground, and, you know, he'll submit Brock Lesnar.
You know what? And I don't doubt it either coming from Team BlackHouse. And, you know, aside from the comments of a guy like Chael Sonnen who said it's like a Happy Meal toy getting a black belt from a Nogueira twin, you know, as somebody who trains a little bit, not at that level, but locally, it doesn't matter. It all trickles down. It's all snowball effect. And even in my gym where I train under my coaches, they'll say on a day-to-day that the Nogueira twins are two of the hardest people to get a black belt in jiu-jitsu from. So if you're telling me that Junior Dos Santos is brown belt level going up to black belt, well, then we can imagine that there's probably not a whole lot of people that will escape a submission attempt if Junior decides to put one on them.
No, he's got very good hits. He has very good movement. You know, he's good on the bottom, and he's very deadly on the top. You know, he's on top of you, man. If you know, I can tell you that I believe that if what happened to Brock in the Shane Carwin fight was to happen to Junior, Brock Lesnar would not get out of the first round.
Kind of like what happened when Kane got a hold of him.
Yeah.
Well, I think everybody kind of learned not to punch themselves out on a big guy like Brock Lesnar. I wouldn't say that his issue is necessarily a bad chin. I would think that Brock Lesnar's issue is simply not really. Maybe he's just afraid of getting punched.
Well, I mean, I think who's not? I mean, I don't like to get punched in the face. I wouldn't want to get punched in the face either. I mean, it's just it's just when you start getting hit, you kind of go back to what you know. And him coming from a wrestling background, he's not comfortable off of his back. So if he's in that position and you're able to maintain your patience and pick your punches, I think you could finish him. I mean, take nothing away from Brock Lesnar. The guy's an amazing athlete. I mean, he was the heavyweight champion. He defended his title. So, he's no walk in the park. But I believe Junior Dos Santos has all the skills to become potentially the next heavyweight champ.
That sounds awesome, too, because that division is crying out for talent every day. Moving on, let's get a little bit into Ed Soares. As the manager of one of the most dangerous MMA teams and all of its championship athletes, in a quick overview, what could you say is your day-to-day? I mean, you're not just a translator like I have ignorantly stated in my past Addict MMA videos. You were also the manager. So what is your day-to-day? Give us a good day in the life of Ed Soares as team manager, and give us a bad day.
Well, I mean, a good day is every day, and a bad day could potentially be every day too. That's the great thing about doing what I do. Every day is different. But, I go out there from, just yesterday it came out that, the documentary we did on Anderson Silva got accepted in the Tribeca Film Festival. So, some days it's that. Some days it's, having to deal with, problems. A good day is when you get good news and you find out who your next fight's going to be for your guys and closing sponsorship deals. That's a day-to-day, handling medicals. We have a staff of people that handle that, from different contracts, different endorsement deals, to different, a bunch of different stuff. So, it really just depends on what the day is. And what a bad day is, it could be anything from one of your fighters getting injured to getting some bad news to one of your fighter's opponents getting injured. Recently, a bad day was when I found out Tito Ortiz got injured and he wasn't going to be able to fight Rogerio. You know what I mean? It's like...
Yeah, I was disappointed in that one, too, and I don't really care to watch Tito fight anymore.
Yeah, but so days like that, But, I think Dana White says it, that, just about every day when he wakes up, the thing that you can guarantee is that some bad shit is going to happen. And, and sometimes it happens, you know what I mean? There's good days and bad days, but, overall, I'm doing what I love, and that's what's important to me.
Ed Soares, you've got a great attitude, and it's very contagious, as you can quite tell here. I've completely changed my tune to talking trash and being ignorant too. I'm happy you called, and I'm going to give you one last question, or not so much a question, but just your opportunity to any words you can give the fans of MMA that maybe are thinking negatively like I was towards Ed Soares. Do you have anything you might like to say to them now?
Well, not really, man. Everyone has a right to feel what they feel, but a lot of times people don't understand is, a lot of times people see the finished product. At the end of the day, man, everyone's human. Nobody's perfect. I make mistakes just like everyone else makes mistakes. And it's really hard to judge somebody until you know somebody. And I kind of live my life by, I like to treat people the way I like to be treated. And that's what I live by, dude. I'm a pretty simple guy. And, I just try to do the best that I can for my fighters. And, people that think of a certain way about me, that's okay. When they get to meet me or when they have an when we chance to meet, or the more they'll know about me, I think those negative thoughts will change.
Well, as I said, my Addict MMA UFC 129 there at the end, I'm sold. And I'm sure everybody else will be too. Ed, I thank you very much for taking out the time with us here today. Very much appreciation, considering you could have just turned the other cheek and ignored this idiot who keeps talking trash about you on the internet. Instead, you've embraced me with kindness, and that stuff is very contagious, so I thank you.
Hey, no problem, man. I saw your video, and at first I started laughing right when it came on, and then I was with one of my buddies, and I said, look at this, dude, look at this guy, look at this crap this guy's talking about me. And he goes, who is this guy? I said, I don't know, but I got a message on my Facebook to listen to this. I go, this is crazy. And then I said, I'm going to send him a message. I just sent you a message, and that's how it was.
That's awesome, man. All right, well, thank you very much. I'm going to cut this off here, and then we look forward to talking to you again in the future. Addict MMA fans, Ed Soares. All right, well, there you have it. Ed Soares, pretty down-to-earth guy, pretty cool. I'm very fortunate to have gotten that interview. I want to say a big thank you to Ed Soares, and much support to his team down there. Obviously, we're all big fans of just about everybody on that team, whether we tend to not like Anderson Silva or maybe some of you don't like Lyoto striking, what have you. We're all big fans, and I'm going to take this time out real quick to kind of talk to the young MMA fans out there who have maybe been watching the videos and are maybe learning the wrong lesson here. The lesson is not to talk trash to get what you want. I did that. It was a mistake I made, and I'm proud to state that. Fortunately for me, I didn't learn this lesson the hard way. Ed Soares was really cool about how he handled things. He was really cool about how he handled me. And as you can see now, it's very contagious. And you know what? Let's just leave the trash talk to the professionals, you know, to the big fighters, the guys who are in front of the cameras making the money to talk that trash. And I'm just going to leave myself out of it. So there you go. Lesson here is kindness kills negativity. So embrace the kindness and be cool to everybody. And let's just leave the trash talk to the pros. This has been Addict MMA's Q&A with Ed Soares. Thanks for tuning in. Peace. I'm out of here.